This is a Heritage Hip Hop exclusive. This is a Heritage Hip Hop exclusive.
You first started, where did you see yourself at this age? Because I can tell you, when I first started, I thought I was going to be retired at 30, because 30 seemed really old. When I first started rapping. So I thought I was going to be retired at 30. And I don't even know what I thought I was going to be doing that. Oh, I know I wanted to be a millionaire. I said, I'm going to be a millionaire. I thought I was going to, I thought I was going to be able to like live the rest of my life with $1 million, retired at 30. Fast forward to today, that's just 2 carton of eggs. So
I think I can cook. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, ladies.
I'm into.
He said he could cook.
I'm into cooking. I like pottery and shit like that. I like to create. I'm good with my hands and shit. You know what I mean? And so I was at the pottery facility the other day, and I made a nice fruit bowl. And the instructor was like impressed with how he barely told me what to do. He gave me instruction, and I just did it. I'm a good listener. You know what I mean? I made that bowl, and that shit. I'm gonna show you a picture of it.
So we got one final question, and then I'm gonna let the legends wrap up their thoughts. But we're gonna keep this moving. We got this space for a little while, but this is just our final question.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. How you doing?
Peace.
Good evening.
My name is Karev from Heritage Hip Hop, representing hip hop from New Jersey around the world. So that all the MCs and DJs in here, I salute all of y'all. Right? My question is for both of you. Love is a universal language, and music is birthed from love. So when you hear music and you hear music, what language do you hear? How do you translate from the beat?
Wow. I'll start. Okay. Well, ladies first. You want to go first? Okay.
Let's see. How do you? All right. Let me make sure I comprehended that. Love is the universal language. Music is birthed from love. What am I translating into music? Interesting. I would say, for me, the biggest messaging for me is, words are very intentional, and you speak truth to power. So this is why I've always been very cognizant of the words that I write and the frequencies. I'm sorry, I don't know why that's. I've always been cognizant of just my writing, and I always wanted to teach in my writing. Like I always made it a point to put some big fancy word in a rap and try to get everybody to figure out what it meant based on the punchline and the context clues in which I used it, because it was always, I always looked at music as an educational tool. I can clearly remember life lessons that I got from music that I didn't even get from my parents. And not to say that my parents wasn't teaching it, I just received it differently from music. Like KRS-One is the reason why I enjoy reading books, because he was yelling at me, read a book, read a book. He's the reason why I read a book. Chuck D is the reason why I led a life of non-criminal activity. Maybe not. But I made it my business to avoid incarceration, because Chuck D showed me at an early age that prison is modern day slavery. And it took those visuals in that video to show me that. And because of that, I wanted to make it my business, that I didn't become a part of the system. So in short, to answer your question, to me, music is a learning tool, is a growth tool, and I think that has a lot to do with what shaped my journey to going from being an artist myself to actually teaching it and wanting to pass those lessons forward, because the fulfillment that I the same fulfillment that I get busting somebody's ass in the studio, I get that same fulfillment going to my workshops and watching these babies' face light up when I throw 8 bars on one of their beats and stuff. So for me, it's, you know, that's the love for me in the music.
For me, it's like, you know, listening to a Teddy Pendergrass record, listening to Stevie Wonder record, listening to Kool and the Gang Summer Madness record. I start thinking about friends I love, my family, aunts, uncles, you know, nieces and little house parties we used to have growing up as a kid. That's what I get from the music from the 70s. And then when the hip hop hit in like late 70s, 80s, and we could sample it, and you had guys like Marley Marl who kind of converted, you know, a disco record into a hip hop record and got Kane rhyming on it or something like that. Those are the things that intrigue me when I listen to the music. And it's from the heart, you know what I'm saying? I love, you know, music. I've loved music since I was able to understand it and hear it. You know, James Brown is like my favorite artist over everyone, even Michael Jackson. But he's the second, though. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, that kind of music is important for all of us because it raised us all to be who we are, to know right from wrong, to think before you do something. You know what I'm saying? And even when it came to love, they made a lot of records talking about relationships and how to love somebody and how to love a woman and how, you know, what a man needs, all that kind of stuff. You know, that's what the music does for me.
Real hip hop, real